Hello, just before I start the video, I'd like to apologize for the horrible microphone quality. Anyway, let's get started. The article I have chosen to research is Your Explosive Guide to the End of the Universe. However, in the first sentence it states, our star is not destined to explode. This is a clear use of clickbait right here. Shame. I was tricked into picking this article. Who could do such a thing? Joshua, Campbell, and Daniel are the writers of this article, and honestly, I can't believe they would use clickbait on such a serious topic like this. We can't have false rumors going around. Anyway, obviously the scientists that posted this on June 1st, 2016 aren't actually bad people. Here, listen to what they have achieved in their lives. Joshua Sokol studied English literature and astronomy at Swarthmore College and then went on to analyze data for Hubble telescope, and after that he attended MIT's graduate program in science writing. Campbell McGregor animates short videos about the nature of reality, quantum entanglement, and how the brain works. And finally, Daniel Cozzings is a writer that has written things from deep-sea treasure hunting and satellite archaeology to genetically engineered bacteria and biometric robots. Anyway, moving on to what they have written the article about. The article has three main points, with the first being the end of our solar system. The end of our solar system will occur when the Sun reaches the point in its life when it becomes a red giant. The Sun will expand, consuming Mercury and Venus, and possibly Earth. The reason I say possibly Earth is because it has a chance of being flung out of our solar system and becoming a rogue planet. Hopefully our descendants have left Earth before this happens, because it doesn't matter if they face the cold of space or the heat of the Sun, both will result in death. Side note, it's most likely that our descendants aren't even Homo sapiens anymore, because of how much time has passed. They could look like this, or even this. I would also like to point out that it's unlikely that we could move to another solar system, because of how far away they are from one another, let alone the fact it's very rare to find an Earth-like planet. But who knows, maybe we've evolved enough like Graham over here and developed the right technology to do it. By the way, in case it wasn't obvious, the reason scientists know that our solar system is most likely going to end this way is because we've seen how other stars like our sun have died. The next point in our article is the end of our galaxy. So, our descendants just avoided death by leaving our doomed planet and moving to another solar system and settling down on a new planet. They're probably just finishing moving in the old furniture. I'm sure they're just about to start relaxing after all that hard work. However, they won't get to relax for too long, because the Andromeda Galaxy is heading straight towards the Milky Way at 110 kilometers per second, and since the distance between galaxies is so far away, there's no way that they can move to another one. Well, lucky for them, our scientists know that there's an average of 4 light years of space between each star in each galaxy, meaning there's a good chance they won't be hit by anything, so they can go back to relaxing now. The biggest problem they will face is new stars forming and disrupting their solar system's gravitational pull on their planet. The collision between these two galaxies will last 2.5 billion years and will look a bit like what you're watching now. At the end, a new mega-galaxy will be born called Milkomedia. Scientists know that the Andromeda Galaxy is heading towards us because of blue shift and red shift. The writers of this article have calculations that say Andromeda will hit the Milky Way. However, they don't go into detail. Right now, the scientific community hasn't come to a complete decision on whether or not it will definitely hit the Milky Way, or if it will just miss. And the last point in this article, the end of our universe. The writers of this article describe 4 different ways the universe could end, and unluckily for our fancy-looking descendants, they all result in all life dying. Unless, of course, our good friend, Flying Spaghetti Monster, hooks them up with a nice ride to an alternate universe. But, of course, that won't happen. The first of our 4 ways the universe could end is called the Big Freeze, which I like to think looks like this. However, it actually looks like this. You see, when scientists refer to the Big Freeze, they are talking about space becoming so stretched out that no particle can interact with another. This means that nothing can be created. This leaves our universe blank, expanding forever with no purpose. The reason this theory is so popular is because we know that space is expanding, and currently we don't think that anything can stop it from expanding. Unless, of course, dark energy does a 180, but we'll talk about that later in another way our universe could end. We also know that there's only a certain amount of matter, and more matter can't be created, meaning it will get to a point where no particle can interact with another. The next theory is called the Big Rip. This talks about dark energy and how it will grow stronger over time, leading to a giant surge, ripping apart galaxies, stars, as well as space-time itself. However, this is unlikely according to the scientists, as it probably won't manifest in one spot allowing for a surge to happen, but instead will spread out evenly. The next one is the Big Crunch. Now, as horrible as that name sounds, it isn't actually that bad. Well, everything still dies, but it kinda doesn't. Here, let me explain. The theory states that dark energy could start to weaken over time and possibly turn negative. This is what I mentioned before when I said, if dark energy does a 180. This would result in gravity finally having the force to stop the expansion of the universe and pull everything back together into a singularity to allow the Big Bang to happen again. This is also known as the Big Bounce, which is a much nicer name. This means that there's a cycle the universe goes through, and it could have done this billions of times before. The Big Slurp is probably the scariest out of the four in my opinion. Now hang on with me because this is confusing, and I'll try my best to explain it. So basically, there's a particle called the Higgs boson, and it's responsible for giving everything mass. Now, the concerning part of this is that when we discovered it in 2012 at CERN, it was strangely light. The scientists state that this suggests that the universe it builds is unstable, which is our universe. So, yeah, that isn't good. This means that at any moment, a quantum fluctuation, whatever that is, could happen. This would create a true vacuum, leading to the universe eating itself from the inside out at the speed of light. So those 3 points plus the 4 about how the universe is going to end basically sums up the whole article. So I'm going to try and quickly get through these last points because it's like 5 a.m. Monday morning and I really want to go to bed. Why did I pick it? Well, I picked it because I found it pretty interesting, plus I saw that it had potential to be made into a video. What do I think of the article? Well, now that I've had some time to ponder on it, it's actually rather depressing knowing that everything I do in life is pointless because it's all going to end the same way no matter what I do. That's too deep. Here's some pictures of puppies and kittens playing together to lighten the mood. Alright, that's enough of that. What are my final thoughts? Well, in all seriousness, this was a really fun and interesting article to make a video on, and I'm very happy Mrs. Sam gave us this option. So, I'm going to hand you over to that guy down there to show you our references and to answer your questions. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.